Going on to you, Gemini. So you have the Hanged Man, the Nine of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Some of you Geminis are kind of surprised at how much of an eye-opening experience that a lot of you Geminis have been going through. A lot of you Geminis have been going through some serious things that are very much so transformational. Your perception of others has changed. You've realized that you've been delusional about certain things. But it also says that you need to be very patient. And what I mean by all of that is the Five of Pentacles. You have a lot of people that you were probably smarter than your whole life. And a lot of you Geminis realize that maybe you should have been, way more patient instead of just associating yourself with just anybody. You need to be way more patient, because it may suck sometimes at the fact that, you may have to ultimately act like you don't want to hang out, but it's better to do that than to hang out or associate yourself with a group of individuals or even one person that all it is that they want to do is just waste your time, be around, pay attention, get you to chase up on after them and waste your time. A lot of you Geminis also understand that, or you are beginning to understand that the way that you thought about others who waste your time has been completely wrong. It's, a lot of you looked at it like, maybe the two of you are just having a disagreement and you can kind of see things from their side. But a lot of you Geminis are realizing that that may not necessarily be the truth, right? You may just be looking at your friends or, your romantic interests with rose-colored glasses on. And the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups represents, so you don't want people to be holding you back anymore. You will get with somebody, but, a person has to be intelligent, and they can't just decide to be out of nowhere and just be, just disloyal all the time and try to make it seem like their disloyalty with you is supposed to be something that's taken lightly. And the Fool represents you will leave them because your mentality is completely different now, Gemini. You will take less crap from other people. I'm not saying that everyone has to agree with you on everything, but I mean, like, you talking to somebody and they have to go at you because now that, the two of you are in a discussion and now they have to hit you below the belt, even though the two of you are in a discussion, like that type of interaction. You're walking away from that because a lot of you Geminis are realizing that there's no need for all of that. It's excessive. It's unnecessary, right? The Six of Wands and the Queen of Wands is about how, so you will interact with others that have to have a certain level of maturity and calmness to them. Otherwise, you're not going to be around them. Because what's the point if that's the case? And a lot of you Geminis also understand that you should have been doing this at a younger age. Stop trying to fit in all the time. Because the Queen of Wands represents, remaining true to yourself. Especially in this reading. It remains, even if, in the sense of, even if people don't like you for it, still, stand on your business. Because at the end of the day, or stand your ground on that. Because at the end of the day, right, you Geminis are realizing that it didn't serve any kind of good to you to actually want to be mutable and kind of engage with people that are dysfunctional, that you knew are dysfunctional. But again, that loneliness got you. Because a lot of you Geminis were probably thinking to yourself, if you don't try to make the best of this situation, you probably not going to have anybody to hang out with. Good. It's better you not have anybody to hang out with than to be in a dysfunctional situation with them, from my perspective. The Temperance and the King of Wands. Temperance is Sagittarius, which is your opposite zodiac sign. The Temperance and the King of Wands is about you Geminis. Now that's not how it is anymore. If you see a person is dysfunctional and they got all these serious problems with them, you will leave them alone. And that you're not going to come from the perspective of, give them a chance. It's like, nah, because you've already seen what it is that you need to see about them in order for you to leave them alone. Everything is not about, everything is not about giving someone a chance all the time, right? Like, that's the problem with us mutable signs, whether you are a Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, or Sagittarius. We get screwed over in a sense because we be giving people chances that we know from the rip is dysfunctional, but we give them chances like, oh, I know they're trash, but you never know, that's what gets us. So let's clarify the Temperance. The Justice, Tower, Ten of Wands, the Sun. Yeah, because we've already been around the block more than a few times, enough to know that if a person is coming from this archetype, you don't need to really get to know them too much like that deeply, because you know that they're coming with baggage. The Page of Wands and the Sun is about they're going to be upset when you're getting to know them and you cut them off. They're going to send you text messages or call you like, what the F? I thought we was talking. They're going to be upset at the fact that you Geminis cut them off. But it is what it is, because you Geminis know, they're coming from a certain archetype, an archetype, right? They're coming from a certain archetype. Very confident, even though they don't have a reason to be. Super or hyper competitive. You Geminis are going to see that and be like, yeah, you coming from an archetype. You're coming from an archetype. We judge over here. Because at the end of the day, you Geminis also understand it's you on the line. And you giving all these goofy people a chance and all of that, you know that you can't continue to do that. Let's clarify, right? Let's clarify the Queen of Wands. Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups, Chariot, Ten of Wands, right? Because at the end of the day, what is it worth anyway? Because all it is going to happen is whether or not you remain true to yourself and you be yourself or not, people are still going to have a problem with you. So a lot of you Geminis are realizing this, like, look, you might as well just be yourself. Because you've tried kind of giving people the benefit of the doubt, even though naturally you shouldn't be doing that, and kind of compromising yourself in that regard. And a lot of you Geminis are like, look, you're not doing that anymore. Because at the end of the day, right, people don't like it when you're straightforward. But then you Geminis find from your own experiences that even when you give people a chance, they still pulling nonsense. So it's like, which way does it go? And you Geminis are right. Peace.